So let's take a look at the doggy nail types from the middle, which you're hopefully not going to see on your doggy. There. What we need to note is with the taco nail type, you can see this line super easily because you're kind of looking into the tube already given the nail type circumstances. With the hot dog nail type, you can't see a thing, it's covered up, so we need a little bit of better understanding of what's going on in there and what you can do when you're in the situation of dealing with a hot dog nail type. So there are layers which I want to talk about. The white one is the horny surface. In the black nail case, it's the black one. That's the horny tissue. That's the area which we can easily cut. No nerve endings, no blood vessels, and it's a hard, shiny surface. So you can easily cut in them, no problem to anyone. Whenever we are dealing one layer further, it's the powdery layer, which is what we saw in the previous video, that it's like flour. You can, if you scratch this area, it will come apart and fall apart. Usually, especially in case when we are dealing with elderly doggies or those doggies with vitamin deficiency. So you're gonna see a different thickness of this layer, and then you're gonna see a mixture of these layers. They are not like hardcore lines there, but you can see some mixing with the two, and you can see another layer where the jello layer, the pink one, the jello layer, is turning into the powdery layer, but it's somewhere in between the two. Now this is the area which we can cut off, and we should cut off, but no further, because whenever this jello layer starts, then we are risking hitting the quick. Now this area between the quick, the red zone, and the pink one can be this long, can be this long, or can be this long, like here, teeny tiny, and we never know. So the safe way to go about it is cutting up until this one and let it be, and then file it off, and then let the doggy go and figure it out and file the nails or wear the nails off by themselves. Whenever we are cutting the nails, that's why I always suggest to cut one here, the top cut on the side so you go a little bit further in here, and cut on the bottom so you're gonna be able to expose this area better. And by scratching it a little on the bottom side, you're gonna be able to tell whether this area is close here or a little bit further back there, because we never know this the length of this section either, because it's covered up. So we need to figure this out, and by teeny tiny cuts you can figure this out without hitting the quick. Because in case we were like cutting the nail, like, okay, the nail is supposed to be this long, so we are cutting this off. If you take a look, we already very, very close to the quick part. And in the softer jello layer, the doggy will already not be too happy about cutting in it. And you're gonna see and experience sensitivity signs. So we never guess. This is a good guidance, like, okay, hey, let's take a look at the doggy nail. It should be this long, because when it's this long, it's already touching the ground whenever the dog is standing 4 feet on the ground. So this is our goal. But we need to cut teeny tiny by teeny tiny to make sure that we are staying safe, and there are chances that we're not going to be able to get to this section in one nail care session. So we go as far as we can, and as far as the doggy lets us go. And in case you were able to reach this section, that's perfect. You see the tiny dot in the middle whenever you are working on the doggy's nail. Like, let me just bring this one a little bit closer. I have nails which are cut up in this way. So in case we were doing the cut here, in the middle section, there is nothing, just a powdery layer. In case we were cut here, we would just see a tiny dot in the middle. And in case we cut here, there's going to be a bigger dot in the middle. And again, the powder layer and the horny tissue. And those are the signs whenever we cut in the nail like this. Those are not like this, but in the little 4-step sessions, that whenever you cut the, let's see, this is the top, the side, and the bottom of the nail, then you're gonna be able to see this area much easier. And you can scratch, and if you go a little bit further, then you can, and in case you see the little dot, the jello, shinier jello-like layer dot in the middle or a little bit lower, you're gonna be able to stop, and that's the furthest you can go in that section. So that will tell you when to stop and how to deal with that.